The sudden death of South Africa's ambassador to France, Natim Teta, has shocked the nation and ignited a wave of questions. Official reports suggest suicide, but his family is firmly rejecting that conclusion, insisting the former minister would never have taken his own life. Mthethwa, who was 58 years, was found dead on the morning on Tuesday, the 30th of September, after falling from the 22nd floor of the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Paris. French authorities are investigating the circumstances and says no possibility, including foul plays, are being ruled out. The family, however, is already convinced that something is definitely wrong. We are not accepting this, said his brother Kulekani Mthethwa, speaking from the family home in Kwa Mbonambi, KwaZulu-Natal. My brother endured the worst of apartheid system could do to him. He was tortured. He never backed down. Why would a man like that choose to die now? According to Kulekani, Nati had shown no signs of despair or fear, despite being linked days earlier to testimony before the Dlanga Commission of Inquiry. He was not afraid of facing the commission. He would have gone there and spoken for himself, as he always did. The family's concerns have only deepened with the news that Mthethwa was traveling alone. The Department of International Relations and Cooperation confirmed he had no bodyguards with him at the time, a rare situation for someone of his rank. We need to understand why he had no protection, Kulekani added. It's too much convenient what happened in Mthethwa's final days. On Thursday, the 26th of September, Mthethwa was reportedly added to a list of 33 individuals set to appear before the Parliament ad hoc committee investigating political interference in the police. On the same day, Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi told the Madlanga Commission that as police minister in 2011, Teta had tried to block disciplinary action against crime intelligence boss Richard Mdluli. On Saturday, the 28th of September, Mthethwa made a public appearance at the Delville Hood Memorial in France, where he laid a wreath in honor of Private Beleza Myengwa of the South African Labour Corps. He appeared composed and was representing the country in his diplomatic capacity. Now, on Monday, the 29th of September at around 3 p.m., Mthethwa's phone was last active. That afternoon, he reportedly told his wife, Philisiwe Buthelezi, that he was attending a cocktail event. Instead, he checked into the Hyatt Hotel, a booking made 10 days earlier. On Monday, the 29th of September at around 3 p.m., Teta's phone was last active. That afternoon, he reportedly told his wife, Philisiwe, that he was attending a cocktail event. Instead, he was checked into the Hyatt Hotel, a booking made 10 days earlier. Later that evening, Philisiwe received a disturbing message suggesting emotional distress. I cannot do this anymore. Alarmed, she contacted, of course, the authorities. A search began that night, including the hoods in western Paris. Now, on Tuesday, the 30th of September, Mthethwa's body was found at around 11 a.m. in the hotel courtyard. The Paris prosecutor confirmed that the 22nd floor window had been forced open with scissors, which were found at the scene. There was no evidence of forced entry into the room, and no drugs or alcohol were detected. International Relations Minister Ronald Lamola confirmed the death and said French officials had launched a formal inquiry. The ANC paid tribute to Mthethwa as a freedom fighter and disciplined public servant. President Cyril Ramaphosa noted his recent work strengthening ties between South Africa and France, calling the death a national tragedy. As France investigates, South Africans are left with more questions than answers. Why was Mthethwa alone? Why did he reserve that hotel room ahead of time? Why would a man known for resilience and political toughness suddenly break. French authorities says they are taking the matter seriously. All hypotheses remain open, said the Paris prosecutor's office. Investigators are reviewing surveillance footages, of course, digital communications and travel um, records. Still, for the Mthethwa family, the story being told does not make sense. He was not running away from anything, added Khulekani. He was not afraid of any commission. He was a fighter. Something happened to him, and we want the truth. And until the truth emerges, one haunting question echoes louder than the rest. Did Ambassador Natim Teto jump from that window, or was he pushed? What do you guys think? Please do engage your thoughts in the comment section down below.